Hey, I'm Keith, the Old Bard, and welcome to the Old Bard's Den. In this video, we're going to be creating the first character for our D&D 5e solo game. We're going to be using the Oracle character generator by Nord Games to help us come up with a concept for this character, and we'll finish it up in another video. Be sure to check that out. So this is the first part in a series of videos where we're going to basically set up the first player character for our D&D 5e solo game. In this part, we're going to sow the seeds of our character by using the Oracle character generator by Nord Games. As we move along in the game, we'll return and possibly use it once again to create additional player characters. This card set, it's designed to help you quickly create interesting and inspiring characters for your role-playing games. It's a simple engine that allows rapid generation characters. Now, the card set is split into like 5 different independent themes: heroes and champions, merchants and artisans, nobles and clergy, townsfolk and travelers, and villains and scoundrels. For the purposes of this video, we're just going to be focusing on heroes and champions, which are the cards that you see here on the table. Characters created with the heroes and champions cards are used like protagonists in a story, or allies in an adventuring party. And honestly, it would seem that this is probably the most logical choice for the base of our characters. Now, each theme is then broken down further into role, personality, motivation, flaw, and intrigue. And you basically just draw one card from each to generate that seed of your character. If you don't have the physical deck, you can still use the PDF. And in the PDF, there's different tables that you could roll on to determine which card is being selected or which section is being selected. As you can see here on this roll card, we've got the Bard, my favorite class. In fact, I'm specifically showing you this card as we're not going to be drawing from the roll section, as I've decided that we're going to be playing a Bard for this character. The Bard roll card reads as follows. Weaving magic through story and song, this individual's arcane prowess is rivaled only by their spectacular performance talent. Bards use their charisma to enchant and enthrall. You can also see below the description there's a D4 table. So if you choose and you want additional detail, you can roll on or just simply choose from these further options in this D4 table presented for each card result. Now, as it happens, these further details on this roll card for the Bard happen to match the D&D 5e subclasses for a Bard as defined in the 2014 Player's Handbook. So we've got the College of Lore, which is on page 54 of the Player's Handbook, the College of Valor on page 55, the College of Swords from Xanathar's Guide to Everything on page 15, and the College of Whispers, page 16. So I'm using OneNote to keep a record of all the details about my character, journey, treasure, etc. So basically this is going to be the game journal for this solo game, right? So I've got this small table set up to kind of specify, to record and specify these details for the character as we build them out. Now, as I stated, we're going to choose a Bard for the class, but we're also going to go ahead and just choose human for the species. You don't determine the species using the Oracle character generator. However, I'm just going to state that we're going to choose human and move on from that. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and roll on that D4 table to determine which subclass this Bard is going to be. So, referring back to our table, we've got a value of 1, which is lore, a value of 2, which is valor, a value of 3 for sword, and a value of 4 for whisper. So I'm going to take 1d4 and roll. Oh, that is like right up on the edge of the tray. So we're going to re-roll that. All right, we got the value of 2. Pull that up where you can see it there. So in this case, we're going to choose the College of Valor as the subclass for this bar. So switching back to our notes, we're going to go ahead and log result of 2 for our die roll. And we're going to paste into the description of that attribute. Now, another thing that I'm going to do real quick, because I didn't do it before, is I'm going to go ahead and copy in the description of the bard itself. So we can place that there and refer to it later as we go to fully flesh out this character next video. Okay, so I think we're done with role. We're going to go ahead and move on to the personality deck. I'm going to take this set of cards and just kind of shuffle it up real quick. Shuffled it up the best that I could, that is. So we're going to draw from the personality deck. And in this case, we got guilt-ridden. There is something in this individual's past that causes them to feel guilt. It could be something as small as a slight or as monumental as murder. They have not yet resolved it. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to paste that there and then roll to determine what individual detail we're going to have for this personality. So I'm going to roll a d4, and our result is 4. And 4 is overzealous. The attempts that this individual makes to redeem themselves are over the top, perhaps even embarrassing or debasing. Let's switch over to our notes and copy this information in for personality. Okay, so first we're going to go and copy in the description for the personality that we chose, guilt-ridden. And then we'll copy in the detail. Go ahead and mark our result here for later reference. Don't want to forget that. All right, we're done with personality. We'll just leave that face up for now. Turn that part up. The next thing that we want to choose is motivation. So once again, we're going to shuffle these up. All right, and we'll draw. For this, we've got justice. With a strong sense of what is right and wrong, this individual wants to ensure that those who cross the line are punished. Those who work for good are rewarded. All right, so we're going to roll d4 to determine the details here. Our result is 3. See that? 3 is egalitarianism. This individual believes that everyone has equal rights and deserves equal opportunity. They seek to spread this message of equality. All right, so let's switch on over to our notes and copy in this detail. So first, we're going to paste in the choice that we drew for motivation, justice. Put in the result of our die roll, which was 3. And then we'll copy in the detail. Now we're going to draw from the flaw deck. We're going to determine this character's flaw. Drawing the card, and we get brash. This individual is often overbearing and frequently comes to decisions without taking the time to think a situation through. This sometimes leaves them in hot water when they do not account for hidden circumstances. All right, let's roll 1d4 to get the details. And this time our result was 2. So that's quick to speak. Never stopping to think before they speak, this individual blurts out whatever comes to mind without considering the potential consequences. Boy, for some reason that sounds just like. Okay, we're going to put that card down and then copy over that information to our notes. We're going to copy over our description for Brash, and we're going to log our result, which was 2. And we'll copy in the detail that we rolled here. All right, finally, the last deck in the set of steps is Intrigue. We'll shuffle these real quick. Drawing a card, and we got Bad Habit. This individual has a bad habit which they engage in, often without thinking. It has gotten them into trouble in the past, and it is likely to get them into trouble again unless they can curb it. I'm going to have to think about this. We're going to figure out the exact detail of what that bad habit is in a minute, but we're going to have to make sure that we work that into the story for this character. So once again, we're going to roll a d4, and the result is 2. So in this case, he's a serial romantic. This individual has a long and storied love life, falling in and out of love with people on a whim. Interesting. We'll have to see how that plays out. All right, so switching back to our notes to record the details. Okay, so we're going to put our our description for the intrigue card that we drew for, which was a bad habit. We're going to go ahead and put our result, which was 2 for reference later, and copy in the details. All right, so we've got all the details recorded for this character. We've gone through all the steps in the Oracle character generator to generate some seeds for this character. Going back to my notes real quick, you can see that I had a slot here for the name. I think we'll go ahead and come up with a name for this character before we start going through the steps of creating the actual character sheet on D&D Beyond. So I think I've decided what I'm going to do for the name of this character. We're just going to come up with his first name for now, and we're just going to call him Roland. Roland for now. Roland. And we'll come up with his last name when we start creating him in D&D Beyond. So that concludes this video. We've used the Oracle character generator by Nord Games to kind of establish the seeds for this character. And I'll provide a link to the Oracle character generator in the video's description so you can refer to it in case you're interested. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified when I have new videos. See you next time.